Breaking news: President Trump responds to Colombia rejecting two flights from the US with their citizens by announcing tariffs and visa sanctions. I saw this update while I was trying to put my son down for an afternoon nap, and I said to myself, what on earth is Colombia thinking? Maybe they didn't get the news flash that Joe Biden was no longer the president, and they felt that they could treat Trump the same way they handled Joe Biden. Or maybe they think that, or someone in Congress told them to do that so that they then those parties would run interference in Congress to keep sanctions from coming through. I don't think so, because Trump, in his usual fashion, look, I miss the tweets. Yes, they were aggravating at times. He used language that people thought was unpresidential, but he got the job done. And he didn't wait to call a press conference. He didn't wait for the 9 o'clock news. He just posted a truth. And here he is responding. I was just informed that 2 repatriation flights from the United States with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land in Colombia. This order was given by Colombia's socialist president Gustavo Petro, who is already very unpopular amongst his people. Petro's denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States. So, I have directed my administration to immediately take the following urgent and decisive retaliatory measures. 1. Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised. So in 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to 50%. And I assume that after that, it will be raised to 100% or 75%, depending on the increments. Next page. A travel ban and immediate visa revocations on the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. That means anyone who jumps on a press conference saying Colombia is being treated badly, you're next. you're all going to feel the pain if anyone that shows up on the floors of the UN to say anything gets it as well. Look, this is the way strong countries behave, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because when people take you for granted and do things like this, there has to be consequences. I have kids. If my kids don't get consequences for their behaviors, they keep doing the same stupid stuff, they tend to do as kids because they're kids. And rogue governments all around the world do stupid things. That's why their countries are the way they are. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. Enhanced customs and border protection inspections of all Colombian nationals and cargo on national security grounds. IEEPA, Treasury, banking, and financial sanctions to be fully imposed. These measures are just the beginning. Oh my goodness. Look, I know the guys in mainstream media are going to do their thing. Now, those of you who believe in common sense government and handling things the right way, I think it's time for you to start your own YouTube channel or your own podcast, because we shouldn't depend on the narratives these guys keep putting out. I read your comments, and some of you have amazing ideas. Some of you have years of experience. I've read comments from some of you who are 80 years old, and you have so much experience about what has happened in the world for decades. You were there when some of these things started. And so creating content is your own way of giving back and preserving the wisdom that the future generations will need to repair the world, because the world has been broken by crazy people in government. This is the way a government should act. We will not allow the Colombian government to violate its legal obligations with regard to the acceptance and return of the criminals they forced into the United States. You guys who are American citizens, pray for Trump. During his inauguration speech, he said he would fight for you, and that's what he's doing. These guys who have come into your country and have committed crimes have to be expelled. They can't be allowed to be sent back to the United States by default. And where are they going to be housed? They are going to be put in detention camps. And then it gives the Democrats the fodder they need to say, oh, look, they're putting immigrants in concentration camps. AOC is going to run point. Watch, you will see her do it. So, and then who's going to pay for that? Keeping all those people in those detention camps? Of course, the American taxpayer. So Colombia has to, those tariffs will be their own way of paying for those detention camps. Honestly, I think Trump should put a 200% tariff on their goods. They have to wake up, because they can't keep doing this. They can't destroy their countries and then attempt to do the same to the one country. Most people, even people in Europe, think that, look, if all hell breaks loose here, I have somewhere to go to. They want to destroy the United States by all means. All right, this is my Sunday rant. I'm sorry, but when I saw the news at first that the flight had been turned around, I was upset. Honestly, I was like, what on earth? These are your citizens. They are criminals. It's your responsibility to handle this. And they turned oh my goodness. I'll be honest. I said, thank you, Colombia. You're going to be the first example for everyone to see what happens when you reject your illegals. I said it, and I'm being honest. I said it, and I was not disappointed. Trump delivered. Let me know what you think of my reaction to this news. Am I going overboard? I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness and faith. But you know what? The Bible says in the book of Romans, Paul said that the king does not bear the sword in vain. That means that it is the job of the king to use the sword to instill fear in the enemies of his citizens. And that's what Trump is doing. And when you have a good king who protects his people, looks after the interests of his people, the nation thrives. And I'm happy for the United States. One of you sent me a comment today and asked me if I live in the US or if I'm currently a citizen of the United States. I'm not. But people of good sense, people who are righteous, should be happy when something righteous is happening. And this is something righteous, and I'm happy about it. I don't feel happy because people who want a better life will have to leave and be deported. No, it's sad that that's happening. But if that keeps happening, it's going to erode at the very fabric of the United States. The country that most of us dream of moving into will be destroyed. And what do we have left? Okay? So let me know what you think in the comments section below. I know some of you will have your thoughts. Some of you will think will say some nice things to me, and I appreciate all the nice, kind words. Some of you may disagree, but I'm so glad that I have classy people watching my videos. You guys are classy, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Even when you disagree with me, you do it with class, and I appreciate you. Let me know what you think Trump should have done, how he should handle it, and how he might handle it, and how it might turn out in the comment section. Don't forget to use the link in the show notes to create a new Audible account for yourself and get a 30-day free trial to read the book, Dismantling America: How Disastrous Policies of the Administrative State Have Systematically Destroyed America Over the Last Century. Take that offer, please, and read the book. It's an amazing read. When you create your account, go to Audible, search for Dismantling America by Thomas Sowell, and listen to it. I know you're busy, you have a life, you have kids, you have responsibilities, but just hit play on Audible and listen to it while you're working out, you're doing your chores, whatever you're doing. Use that time to listen and and learn some of these things. I know that most of you were there when most of these policies were put in place, and I love to hear your stories. So leave them in the comment section. And YouTube thinks that this video will be a great one for you to watch next.